bright. There's a little baby hippo stealing all the light. Her name's MOODENG. She's bouncy and sweet with her pudgy cheeks and tiny little feet. She's a queen of the memes, the internet's joy. Fans coming from Bangkok, every girl, every boy. 2 months old, but she's ruling the game. People shouting her name, they're all going insane. MOODENG, MOODENG, you're a bouncy ball of love, rolling through the zoo like you're sent from above. With a name like pork, but a heart so true, the world's falling in love with everything you do. From Bangkok to the web, she's stealing the scene. With her mama Jonah, she's the cutest we've seen. Every tiny step makes the people cheer. MOODENG's got the charm, the crowd's drawing near. She's got brothers named Pork, but she's the star. Folks driving miles just to see her from afar. Pink cheeks, Spanish moves are screaming her name. MOODENG's got the fans all feeling the same. MOODENG, MOODENG, you're a bouncy ball of love, rolling through the zoo like you're sent from above. With a name like Pork, but a heart so true, the world's falling in love with everything you do. Bounce, little MOODENG, bounce. Every little move makes the people pounce. Stealing all the hearts, you're making your way. Hippo superstar, this is your day. MOODENG, MOODENG, you're a bouncy ball of love, rolling through the zoo like you're sent from above. With a name like Pork, but a heart so true, the world's falling in love with everything you do. MOODENG, MOODENG, you're a hippo, oh so bright. Keep on shining, you're our little light.
Man, our sweet little baby girl. Our sweet little baby girl's growing up. God, I love her. I love her so much. All right, hang on. Let's kill that. Did you guys get audio? Did you guys get our amazing little MOODENG anthem? I'm actually going to work on one today. Yeah. That's the big plans today. MOODENG anthem. Good morning. Happy Sunday. MOODENG weathered her first storm, if you want to even call it that. Honestly, not bad. Price pullback because nobody's around. It's funny, dude. You see people on X saying that the algorithm's fucked. Like, nobody's liking my tweets. The algorithm's broken. I got to do this and that to get likes. Nobody's here. We talked yesterday. Good morning, Luna. People are taking a break before wild times, as they should, but that's why price go down. Everybody's taking a break. It was crazy enough last week that people sense what's come. Why the fuck do I keep getting CZ unfollowed here? Oh, it's just that screen. Okay. Yesterday I was not following him for some reason. Anyway, the week cooked so much that people really, really grasped what's coming. People really understood what's about to happen. So I think people taking like a final weekend off. I actually wouldn't be shocked if this entire week is a little slower. But people gearing up for October. It's good, man. It's gonna be hot. It's gonna be really, really hot. We'll go over a little bit why, reasons why. Look at MOODENG, which I think it's crazy. Some people are celebrating the price coming pulling back. Really, there's people rooting against, winning. People are rooting against others doing well on a token. It's gross. It's engagement, whatever. Excuse me. CZ, second tweet here now. Follows up his GM tweet with, a little bit of a State of the Union. A little bit. Although a lot more to come here. I love it. Seeing the guy appreciating maybe some of the simple things in life here. Food. Fruit. Probably good sleep. So CZ coming out and saying he's going to ease back into whatever's coming next, but coming next in... Hang on. My bad, guys. What the fuck? What was that? Oh, Henry. Dude, stop it. Hang on. Henry's here. Good morning, man.
GM.
All right, hang on. Dude, I thought there was a ghost in here.
I was trying to I couldn't figure out how to get your attention, so I flashed the pudgy on the screen.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, I didn't see that. It took my, it pulled me off the screen.
Oh, yeah, I put it in full. Anyway, my bad. You were in the middle of
it's all good.
CZ
good morning.
Fruit. Hey, good morning, man.
CZ Fruit, sleepy boy, coming back. He's back, which is awesome, man. GM tweet yesterday, and
I saw that. I saw his tweet this morning.
It's nice.
It's gotta feel so good, man. Like I can't even. I mean, I could maybe only compare it to like when you deploy and you're used to that shitty routine, and then you come back to like normal life. And he was in fucking prison, which is probably 10 times worse.
Yeah.
So
All right. I don't know if you agree, but a lot of people do think everybody should serve time in the military. A couple of years, like Israel does that. Everybody should serve a couple of years in the military. And I want to add to that, I think everybody should go to prison for like 6 months.
that actually, yeah, okay. The military thing, I'm not completely against, although I don't think a lot of people like. I think back in the day, I would have thought that even more so than now. I just think a lot of people can't handle that type of environment. Like, people don't want to be told what to do. People don't want to be told where to be and when to be there. And yeah, these woke little bitches couldn't handle it. Dude, could you imagine Joe in the military? Come on. Like, give me a fucking break. He'd last like 6 hours at boot camp.
Man, I'd want to hope it would like harden people. You know, like that's the point. I don't think they could, and then I hope they come out a little different, yeah, just different all around. But yeah,
you can't quit. Actually, I'm kind of joking about Joe. I have no idea how he would fare in that type of environment, but no, it's not easy. It's funny because like there's people. I remember at boot camp, there's people that wanted to hurt themselves to get sent home, not realizing like, yeah, like you could try to throw yourself downstairs and break your arm thinking that they're going to send you home. Literally, I'm not even making this up. Like, people would try to do that kind of shit. And the reality is like, yeah, if you go and like fling yourself down the stairs to try to break your arm, they're just going to fix you and you still don't get to leave.
Fuck.
It's not like, oh, I broke my arm and they're like, ah, fuck it, go home. They're like, no, they're going to fix you and then you're going to cycle right back and finish this shit.
They hear stories of people who got out of war from like saying they have shin splints or, you know, whatever. They hear those old stories and they think that'll get them out.
Yeah, you have to go full mental. Like, you have to get, I think that's probably one of the easier routes, is to go like, I don't want to say like mental psychotic, health. But mental health, I think is probably, and they're probably so used to that too.
Yeah. Then I say prison. Everybody should go to jail for a month. I was kidding at first and now I don't think I am. Everybody should go to prison for a month.
But the difference is like the military teaches you discipline. Prison is punishment. I feel like it's a different angle of approach, but I'm not totally against.
Think about it. It's like, you know, toss that around in the noggin for a few days. It's to make you just appreciate shit, freedom, and being able to do whatever. Food.
You ever watch like the Scared Straight videos, like the old ones? Yeah,
great.
Yeah,
little of that action I think would go a long way.
No, and you know what? It'd probably keep your kids from doing stupid shit too. They'd be like, "Oh man, I don't want to go there."
Oh, I love that. Put them in young. I like. There's something here. We'll keep thinking through. There's something here.
Yeah, I like it.
Let's look at the market. A couple top stories. It's slower. Have you felt it? Discords and even Twitter felt it a little slow the past couple days?
Yeah. Although like Thursday felt really good. Yeah. Thursday we're so fucking back. Friday, Saturday, like a little bit, but dude, it's super normal, right? Like, I feel like even in the bowl, the weekends would slow down a bit.
Yep.
And yet yesterday was still pretty active in Kong. So
okay.
Yeah. We were minting those moo pets.
Oh, those are awesome. I'll get to those in a second. Those are great. I'm not selling them. I mean, they're maybe even they might be down a bit, but I like them, and I think maybe this week they can catch a little bit. I don't know, but they're cute and they're fun. And
they're just
cheap.
Fun. Yeah.
I look at those, and I know there's a lot of people looking to launch projects now, you know, as we go into this run, and so many people are stuck in 21, 22 mode and 10K collections, expensive mints, and it's like, dude, look at who's minting now. Small supplies, basically free. Those were 0.03 SOL. What was that, like
$45 or so?
No, 0.03. So like,
oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, 0.03. Yeah, $4.50.
Yeah.
Give or take.
And they sell out. Takes half a day, maybe closer to 24 hours to sell out, and then they're below mint on secondary, and that's for a hyped meme. That's it's a whole different ecosystem now. It's very very different.
Yeah.
We'll see. I still think things cook still. No comment about that, but but there's gonna be a lot of figuring out people have to do coming up here, man. Bitcoin holding strong, still at 65.6, ETH 2600, Solana 156. Solid. I mean, this is our like treading water. Right now doesn't matter a lot, but I'm expecting those 5. First off, I don't think we're done dumping. As in, I think we're still going to get some swings. Maybe. You know what? Saying it out loud now, I'm not so sure because there's just so much energy here now. Last week, a huge week for inflows, for like a massive week. 1.1 billion in Bitcoin. Again, this was last week. One of our best weeks, like period. It's probably a top 5. I would bet it's a top 5 week. So big volume there. Beanie, good take here. Massive stimulus in China, coupled with extremely aggressive global rate cuts. And we're not done here in the States. I think we're still getting another 50 basis points by the end of the year. Like we still have more rate cuts coming supposedly. It's gonna get spicy. But here's the big thing, man. We've been talking about the FTX stimmy coming. Starts tomorrow, dude.
Oh.
Yeah, tomorrow. Tomorrow's the beginning of that. $16 billion, dude.
How does that work? Is it going out in waves or like do you know what that looks like?
I'm not super sure. I don't know. I just know that people who were owed money back have been filing paperwork and preparing for this for a couple months, like sending an address they want to get it back to or bank account number, stuff like that. But I guess officially tomorrow.
Do we know like how that all worked out as far as like is everybody getting 1-to-1 of what they had?
No, I think not even close. Or if they are, they're getting the value that these were at a few years ago, and not at the peak because it was much higher. I think when FTX like actually crashed. I would just assume it's much less than they. It's more. They're getting back less than they lost. Am I saying that right? Let me think. Yeah, they're not getting back less. Yeah.
They're getting pennies on the dollar.
There we go. Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, still 16 billion. If 10% of that comes back in, you know, if 1.6 billion comes to the market, it'll make a difference. At least like psychologically that people get in spendy mode. It'll factor in. I bet you it's more than 10% still. I do.
I just think if I can find it.
More info on what's coming back to them.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Yeah. Are you in your office today? You're definitely not driving.
I'm not driving. No, I'm at home.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm in my living room.
That's cool. You working?
No, I was going to go to the gym. So no, not working. The girls are skating. Nikki took them. I'm just kind of chilling.
Oh, it's nice for you, man. You don't do that ever. So
no,
that's cool.
No, I was kind of like, I don't know what the fuck to do.
Is your store closed? Or you got somebody covering it?
No, we're closed on Sunday.
Oh, have you always been?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah. I go in sometimes on Sunday because the girls skate on Sundays.
Okay.
So sometimes I go in and do paperwork, but.
Gotcha. Okay. I was gonna say, I swear you come on the show here and there on Sundays, and
I do because I'm driving usually. Yeah. Exactly.
Yep. All right. As you're digging for any news there, man, just exciting. Just exciting. That run back over to 70K, above 70K, towards new all-time high. I won't be shocked to see that in October. And still it feels like, it still feels like just the start of something bigger. Probably something that lasts, much longer, dude. A year? I don't know what it is, but it does feel like something awesome. MOODENG, though, our sweet girl, MOODENG. All right, I don't know if you were paying attention to the chart yesterday at all, or your wallet. You've got your holder. Kind of first its face test, right?
340 or so. Was that about as high as it got?
I think so. I definitely, I saw definitely over 320. I don't think I ever saw how high it got. Dude, does Dex Tools, any of these charts show market cap, like a charted out market cap? I gotta find that.
I think so.
Okay, I gotta peek. Maybe it's just a toggle over there. Actually, let me put the chart on. Pretty substantial dip yesterday. Again, it's we know we assume MOODENG's going to get tested. That it's going to have some kind of pullback. There's a lot of people that are up tremendously, dude. Like life changing money, and at some point they're going to take profits, and especially when like momentum slows down, which is what it did. Some of those people will have their conviction like tested, and some of them are going to cut their losses at that point, or not even losses, but they're going to be like, all right, you know what? I'm not chancing it. I'm locking in. Why chance not making life-changing money? Like, you could believe in this like crazy, but still you need to play smart. And these guys, Joe always brings up liquidity, and he's right for doing that. I'm glad he does. there's probably dozens of people who are holding millions of dollars worth of Moondeng, but they can't sell. Like you said, you can't just dump it all. You can't. There's not enough liquidity for that. The price can't sustain it. All these guys have a plan to sell all along the way, right? That's the expectation. So like some of these guys, I'm sure over this weekend, we're starting to take some profits. Like you don't chance it. You definitely sell on the way up. So like I think everybody's expecting this. So really, really solid pullback. I think we got as low as, man, I think we got in the hundreds, I think. I don't know if we got to, no, you know what? We didn't get down to 180, 190 even, because that would have put me close to even. Close. I think I'm in at 170, but low 200s.
Where are we right
nice
now?
Bounce back. Just about 260. So a really nice bounce back, dude. I mean, I think it's just showing here how what's the word? Resilient. I think how resilient it is and how much people fucking love this little hippo.
So it looks like, just coming back to the FTX thing. So FTX owes about $11.2 billion to its creditors. I think that is, includes like customers. And the exchange estimates that it has between $14.5 to $16.3 billion to distribute to them. I think where it gets funky, so people get supplemental interest at, I think, 9%. But I think the way that it works is it goes off of when FTX sought bankruptcy protection. Bitcoin was $16,080.
Oh, damn. Okay. Okay.
So I think that most people, this says customers and creditors that claim $50,000 or less will get about 118% of their claim. That's about 98% of the customers.
So they're
but the thing is though, and what this doesn't really lay out is 118% of the claim. If that's based on, if you were holding 3 Bitcoin at that time, so your portfolio value was, let's just say if it was 16K, you're talking $48,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
But those 3 Bitcoin right now would be worth 190, whatever that comes out to be, 65, $195,000 or so. So it was worth 48 at that time, would be worth 195 right now. I think you're going to get paid based on the 48. I think.
Yep.
That's
sense.
really fucked. That's really fucked.
And I think people get paid in either stable or cash. Part of me is just assuming these guys are like, well, fuck. Is there like Bitcoin at the price it's at now, like crypto across the board? I think most of those people, they're crypto traders, first of all. They're probably sensing what's coming. They're like, I lost so much, let me put it back in and actually
make it back,
grind it back. Exactly. Yeah. So that's why I think it's so bullish for the market here. I kind of don't see it playing out any other way.
It's really fucked when you think of it. It's like it was that crash that really sent Bitcoin down, right?
Yeah,
like tumbling, and then that's what they get to pay out based on. Just it makes no sense to me because I would assume the majority of those assets they still have. I would assume. So
who gets the money?
It's like, do you have to liquidate all of that to pay people back at a loss, or like, would it have made more sense to be able to pay people back a percentage of the crypto that they had?
Yeah.
And would that have worked out better?
I wish we could find that out. Yeah, like who's pocketing that extra money?
Be nice to see the numbers and see if it makes sense.
It's got to be out there somewhere. It's gotta. Maybe I'll do some digging today. Probably won't, but either way, what was it? 12, 13 billion you said in total?
They $11 billion is what they owed. Most of that less than $50,000 to individuals.
Okay.
So,
man,
people get a little bit of change to spend.
Yeah, hang on. Let me see if this doc has some stuff. Claims 11. What is this? Oh, this is in millions. There we go. Okay.
Oh, you know what? When it filed for Chapter 11, they were holding only 0.1% of the Bitcoin and only 1.2% of the Ethereum that customers believed it held.
Oh shit. So
Interesting.
So the Bitcoin that people had, you're talking about like the Bitcoin at whatever value is not what they're getting. It's because it didn't even exist in a way.
Yeah.
So that money's coming from somewhere else. It's not coming from crypto.
I am curious where. Yeah, exactly.
It's probably coming from a bank account, and
dude,
times
Bitcoin was
Bitcoin price at whatever year.
Bitcoin was $16,000 when they filed, and Ethereum was like a little over 1,200.
That's crazy.
Hmm.
Luna, how many of those FTX people would have held though? Yeah, dude. I mean, who knows? And who knows?
Yeah, good, fair.
Luna, how do you get your FTX money back? That you should have gotten emails. They were emailing customers along the way, prepping ahead of time. There was votes. People got to vote if they wanted crypto back or cash. I think it sounds like cash won, or stablecoin won. But you're supposed to provide an address to send it to, all that stuff. So yeah, if you were an FTX customer, I think you're supposed to check your account. Yeah. Hopefully you got something in your inbox somewhere that maybe you just missed. Good morning, Bang. Good to see you, bro. Yeah, dude. Really, potentially a really, really spicy week. And at the very least, narrative-wise, just for people to start talking, right? Like, we've talked about that for months here. It hasn't been a huge narrative. Here and there, people mention it. Definitely last week and after this announcement came, that conversation's ramping up. So expect that to be the big narrative this week, is that big old FTX stimulus, which probably really, really great for the market here.
Dude, I think overall the market is, like, I feel like it's doing awesome. We're above 65K. That's something that we were all kind of hoping for. We've had some action on Ordinals, and I don't know off on Ethereum if it's been decent, but I feel like on the Ordinal side, things have felt like better than they had. And we've got shit coins that are doing well. Like, it's got all the markers of like a market that's starting to come back. So I think, I think things like FTX are only going to make things more bullish. CZ getting out of jail and October right around the corner, right?
Yep, I'm with you.
It's playing out just like we thought it would, dude. We are
yes.
we are smart people, sir.
Nailed it. Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, it feels good when you see what's coming and it plays out that way. And then to continue on that, Ordinals are going to cook. I think we mostly agree there that I think this NFT run Ordinals is maybe going to outperform the rest. I think. I still don't think Ordinals really has had a major cycle yet. Hot in the spring for some weeks. I mean, obviously, like really hot. Node Monks 0.9. So obviously, really, really hot. But that was still so few people in. When people from Bitcoin people who get filthy freaking rich at all-time high to anybody else who's not in the Ordinals ecosystem, but also does well off off whatever, right? I think people are going to get. Well, it's the thing we've been talking about forever. People are going to get stupid spendy when that happens, and I think Ordinals is going to see the biggest benefit for that. And I'm still predicting a major art cycle, a major art cycle, a meta. Maybe it's only a month or two, but and that would make sense. It's typically what it does, but we've not had that art cycle in a while.
Dead?
ETH feels
like
really
it
dead.
Feels dead. Like everything about ETH feels dead.
I think still prime though. Like whenever I see or feel that, I always just assume I'm looking for bottom because I don't believe it's ever going to really be dead. But narrative wise, yeah, it just makes me think when it comes back, it melts faces. It just the way the pendulum swings, it's going to swing back. I think.
Yeah, I don't know. Like people aren't minting on ETH. ETH, even when Bitcoin runs, like ETH has been. It just feels kind of blah.
Yeah.
Feels very blah to me.
Well, we got to pick like why would somebody mint on ETH now as opposed to Solana or as opposed to Solana. I could still think of reasons why maybe. But with art, by the way, we're getting our first ever art. Well, I shouldn't even just say art, but our first ever Ordinals live out auction at Christie's. That's coming up in not even 2 weeks here. But it happens to be art. And so what I've been waiting for, it's why I've bought some art like, what is the Harto piece that I got? What is that one called?
The golden ratio.
There you go. Boom. Yeah, golden ratio. I bought things like that for exactly a moment like this. I don't know if this is that exact moment where it materializes, but I'm like, okay, we get some art being auctioned at Sotheby's and Christie's and whatever. We've seen Sotheby's with an auction. I think they had some OMBs, but now Christie's with a live auction, not just where it's listed on the site. I think this is different, and I think that starts putting art in front of those major art collectors. And they start thinking Bitcoin that people are calling gold, and everybody's talking about it like it's not just like a. People don't talk about Bitcoin stuff like it's a collectible more now. They're talking about it as like, like comparing it to gold and oil. It's a whole different thing. So I think some of those art collectors are going to connect the dots. Oh, okay. Bitcoin that people are talking about having is in their strategic reserves that everybody's thinking is the future of finance plus fine art. Like, come on. It's such a good narrative, man. It's such a good narrative. So I hope something like this kicks off the art meta, and especially on Bitcoin. Either way, the bullish is hell for Ordinals. It's a moment. Circle that on the calendar, October 10th. At the very least, I use that kind of thing to benchmark things. Testing. Just my feelers are out there around things like this. And so we'll see how the market reacts. Right now, everything down. This is, again, I think, just speaking to volume. It just feels like I still feel like yesterday, maybe late Friday, but really yesterday and then so far today, just slow. I think people are stepping away from the space a bit. And that's just by engagement on X and obviously prices, meme coins, NFTs, all that. It's just people are. I think what I was saying before is people know what's coming now. I think they realized. I think last week really told people like it's here, it's happening. This isn't just like another like blip on the radar. It's not a head fake. This is the real deal just starting. They're like, okay, let me catch my breath because I know what the next year is going to look like. It's going to look like me at my computer around the clock, every day of the week. And I think maybe people just taking one final break because it's coming.
Sorry, I had to mute myself there.
No, you're good.
You ever totally off topic, but that's what we do sometimes, right?
Yeah.
When's the last time you had some prunes?
Some prunes?
Prunes, yeah.
I don't even know. This year at some point. It's that kind of thing that's usually around and you just, I don't know.
Yeah, it's never around in my house, but
Really? Awesome.
my doctor had said like you should, like I met with a dietitian. I don't know if I told you that. I think I did.
No.
Oh, met with a dietitian. My cholesterol was high, so the VA was like, "Hey, do you want to meet with our dietitian?" Last year, I told them to fuck off, and this year, I was like, "Yeah, you know what? Will you call me fat? Got to meet with your dietitian? I'm not meeting with your fucking dietitian." This year, I did it, and it was actually really interesting. So I've been intermittent fasting for years. I mean, like, dude, a long time,
It's awesome,
long fucking time. It's not working so well for me. Like it just, when I was on keto, it did real low carb. It worked out great. But, Nikki made a good point. She's like, your parents are super fucking weird about food. She's like, your dad doesn't eat anything, never eats in front of anybody. If anything, it's a baked potato. And your mom travels with her own, like cooking shit because she won't eat what anybody else is making. She washes her ground beef. She's like, your parents are always weird about food. You're weird about food. And I'm like, you're right. I am weird about food.
Wait, you are?
Like, dude, I intermittent fast. Like I intermittent fast. I've been doing it for probably close to 15 years. I love food, but like, I don't eat during the day. Not only do I not eat during the day, I don't drink anything during the day. I have a cup of coffee that I sip on from the morning until our show. I'm still sipping on the same cup of coffee. I never finish it. I drink water at the gym in the morning and that's it. And I'm like, for as much time as I'm spending in the gym, this is not crypto related at all, right? I'm just totally off on a tangent. But as much time as I spend at the gym, like I want better results than what I'm getting, other than like my strength has increased a lot. So I met with a dietitian. She was like, yeah, she's like, it doesn't seem like intermittent fasting is working for you. She's like, so let's just try something else. Let's just try it. It's not going to hurt anything, right? I'm like, yeah, you're right. So I've been not intermittent fasting. So she recommended prunes as like, I think maybe as like a high in fiber, keeps you satiated. Just as like a thing to add in. So last night I was eating like a thing of prunes. They're delicious. Holy shit. I don't know when the last time I had a prune was.
They're fucking delicious.
they are nature's something. They're juicy fucking dried
They're
plums, right?
they're like gummies. They're like I don't know. They're delish. They're
They
fucking
are.
amazing.
They're amazing. And so I'm eating them, and Nikki says to me, she's like, "Are you eating prunes?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, for like people who like might have stomach issues, like that's not a great food, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, why? She's like, "Are
Oh
you
my
kidding
god.
me?" She's like that. She's like, that's like what they give people like who are like either constipated or like they give them to like kids to drink prune juice. And I'm like, dude, I
Yep.
had completely forgotten about that.
Yep.
So all morning my stomach's just
Oh no.
like, dude, I must have eaten like half that thing of prunes.
Dude, yeah. That'll hurt you. I like fast. I don't purposely fast. I just don't like eating. Dude, I can go 2-3 years ago. I almost never ate. I lost so much weight, which I don't. I'm already skinny. I lost so much weight. I like being hungry. Like I kind of like. I like pain.
You're
I just
sadistic
do.
like that.
Yeah, it's weird. I like it. It makes me feel alive for whatever reason. Like I feel like the more something hurts, the like you get a little endorphin rush, and I just like it makes me like smile. So like when I'm hungry and like my stomach aches and stuff, I love it, and then I just try to keep it going, which is kind of fucked, I think. But I try to not do that anymore. It actually affects me mentally too when I don't eat long enough. I can't think. My brain, like I could be thinking through something and then it screeching halt. I just can't even think anymore. I'm like, oh fuck. Yeah, it's weird how that works. But okay, a couple years ago, got into a dry fruit kick. Sat here with I ordered all kinds of stuff online, like dried mango, dried pineapple, dried like bags of this stuff. And similar to you with prunes, I wasn't even thinking. All day long I ate, dude. I've never in my life been that wrecked. I like. Never in my life have I had that kind of stomach issue ever,
Oof.
ever. I can't. Dude, I couldn't even quantify for you how much I ate. It was so much. I bet you if I were to like compare it to the little tub of prunes you're eating or whatever, probably 3 tubs worth.
And
Like,
if you compared it to the non-dried version, like if you had those fruit laying out on a counter, you'd
oh
be like,
my
"There's no
god,
way I could fit that in my
I
stomach."
probably ate like 15 mangoes. Like it was such an insane amount. Like I've never had that happen, and it was like for over 24 hours. It was
Ooh.
fucking insane. I haven't eaten dried fruit since. I haven't
Yeah.
eaten anything like this.
Have you had dried watermelon?
Yes, dude, it's
Dude,
amazing.
so
Yep,
good, right?
yep. Edge, you're funny, dude, because I didn't connect the dots. He says, "Who would have thought that starving yourself hurts your brain?" There's like obvious shit like that I don't think of till it happens. I'm like, oh yeah. It does. Like food literally fuels your brain. I never realized like to what degree it does. It's like your brain, you literally like it stops. You stop processing stuff. It's a feeling I've never had before too. But when you stop eating, you're thinking clear and productive, and all of a sudden it stops, and you can't
Yeah.
even think anymore.
Do you know what's funny is when I was talking to this dietitian who was like super nice, not like at all it wasn't at all what I thought it would be. I thought it would be like health class, where it's just boring. It was actually interesting. And she's like, you're not really taught how to eat. She's like, you're not taught, like, yes, you have classes where you learn like the old food pyramid and whatnot. She's like, but we're not really taught what to eat. The habits you pick up are typically like what you grew up with, or what you heard online. She's like, but there's a whole science behind everything, which we all know, but we don't often dive into. And even for me, like hydration, massive problem. So like it's been 3 days where I haven't even wanted to drink coffee because I'm just pounding water all day.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, wow, it made a massive difference in my energy level and how full I feel.
Yep.
Because I would come home at night after not eating all day, and I would eat, and then 20 minutes later, I'm hungry again. And then I'll usually want something a little bit sweet after that. And she's like, when you're starving yourself all day, which I said, like, I'm not starving, I'm not hungry. She's like, no, you're not hungry because your body knows it's not going to eat. So it's not giving you those like cues anymore because it knows after this many years of doing it, it's just not going to get it. So it doesn't give you those cues until the evening when it's used to getting it. But she's like, the problem is you're not kickstarting your metabolism, so you're not getting those cues. And she's like, if you're eating higher fiber, if you're staying hydrated, you're going to be satiated longer. And just a few days of it, and I've noticed a huge a huge difference. Like no
Getting hungry
coffee,
earlier?
only water.
Really?
Yeah, and more like I'm not hungry. Like, dude, I would wake up in the middle of the night and be like, I'm fucking hungry, and go
Oh, man.
downstairs and eat some grapes or oranges or sometimes something really shitty like a muffin or something. So I'm like, I could stand to lose like 15, 20 pounds easily. So I'm like, I'm gonna just try to like just change, not change my gym habits, just gonna change my eating, my hydration, see if that works. But I'm gonna take out the prunes. I think maybe a couple prunes is okay, but half a thing of prunes, not no bueno.
I
No
got
bueno.
something you should introduce.
What's that?
Hot peppers. It doesn't have to be crazy, but if I, again, maybe it's not the healthiest thing, but if I don't want to eat, but maybe I'm feeling a little hungry, hot pepper.
You zap yourself with a pepper.
Yeah. I want to get a taser too. I want to start tasing myself. But
do you remember? I used to be a pussy with hot stuff. Like I used to
can
be.
You do it now?
I've like worked my way up a bit. Like, dude, I used to not be able to eat mild wings. They were like too spicy for me, and I'm up to mediums now.
Nice.
Like I don't think I can't eat spice like you can. You've always had that tolerance, like since we were kids, where like you liked it. So I'm a little bit late to the game.
You grow it quick, like really fast. Like it grows really fast. It's awesome that it's like eat something spicy. It curbs the appetite, wakes you the fuck up. It's like having a cup of coffee. It gives you an endorphin rush. It's just like it wakes your brain up. Like everything about it, I love. Like throughout
Does
the
it
day,
fuck with your stomach?
No, it can if you have a lot of it, and especially if you go too spicy. So you don't even have to do too spicy. Just do something that like makes your mouth, like you feel it, and it's gone 5-10 minutes later, right? But
yeah, okay.
it wakes you up. It makes you. I would imagine it's like maybe stupid analogy, but it's almost like a smelling salt. Just wakes you up. It like jolts you.
Dude, I've been wanting to get some smelling salts.
Fuck yeah.
I've never smelled them, but like I've been watching YouTube videos on them, and they look like they could be fun. I'm just really curious, like if that's I don't want to say a bad habit to get in. I'm just curious, like if there's any like health issues with it.
I think if you do it like smart, safely, or here and there, I bet it's fine.
Sir, I don't know if we do anything smart safely.
All right. This is hang on, who asked? Myself. This is my everyday sauce. It's legit for like an everyday sauce. Hot. Like for me now, doesn't even register. It's the one you gave me when I came to your place.
Oh, I was gonna say these look like yeah.
Yeah, that one's it's warm for like an everyday sauce. Like most people couldn't do this one. Like if you're not a hot sauce person, this would kill you. But
is that what they sent me?
Yeah,
it was ghost pepper.
Yep.
No
Henry,
shit.
so like 4 years ago, I was at Henry's place last time. No, not last time we saw each other, but last time we've been at each other's house. No, actually, you came up since then, I think. But either way, had a box of these. Not a hot sauce guy, and I went home with them and hooked ever since. I don't go a day without having this, and it doesn't even register now. You give this to any normal person though, and it's probably one of the hottest hot sauces they've ever had. Like it's pretty hot. But now on my scale, this is probably a 2 or 3 compared to like I've got like ghost pepper mash. I want to get these fucking warthog peppers. It's the new hottest pepper in the world.
Oh, I've heard about that.
Dude, they just came about in the past like 2-3 months. Like they're really, really, really new, and they're crazy supposedly. Like
you haven't tried it yet?
Nope. The previously the hottest like Reapers and ghost peppers have been not the hottest pepper in years at this point. There was something called like the chocolate Primatali. That was the hottest pepper up until a few months ago, and now it's the warthog. And the warthog makes everything look like
warthog,
candy.
dude. I love that. Like, it's a great name for
you get them free too,
pepper.
but yeah, dude, they look amazing.
You can get them free.
Yeah, the guy who created them. Yeah, here they are. The guy who created them gives seeds away free. And he doesn't want people to resell them. He if you do sell them, he just wants you to donate all the money to charity.
Okay, on this is the Scoville chart? Is that what it's called? Where do these rank? They're not even ranked.
There's no number for them yet. They're that new. They're that new, and they're. I mean, so I watch this guy. It's the channel's Chase the Heat, and he eats hot peppers every day, like every fucking day, and the chocolate Primatali is the hottest one. He's been on that one for a while, and so he got these, and he tried it, and it it like gave him like a panic attack on the air. He could not fucking believe that a pepper was this hot. He thought we had reached the peak, that they could never be hotter. And he's like, this one's so substantially hotter than any of the others, he can't believe it.
Okay, I'm gonna fuck this up royally because I only heard it once and I wanted to look into it more, but we're talking peppers, so I'll bring it up and then maybe I'll look into it more. I was listening to a thing randomly the other day that they said that peppers, is it
Capsaicin or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, doesn't actually produce any heat. Like there's actually no heat that's produced, that it's a, and maybe this is bullshit, but that it's actually it triggers something in your brain to make you think that it's hot. It makes your nerves super sensitive. It's not that it's actually hot. It creates like a hypersensitivity to your nerves. Have you ever heard that? Is that bullshit?
No, I don't know, to be honest. I guess I wouldn't be shocked about that. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, that's kind of interesting if it doesn't actually produce heat. But yeah, somebody smarter than me could probably research that in 3 seconds.
Cool. Yeah. So Mice, Pepper X apparently isn't even real. Like nobody has ever gotten a Pepper X to even try to rank it on the Scoville scale. And the guy who makes Pepper X, because these guys all breed these things now. Pepper X is like kind of a marketing scam. It's a big old marketing thing. They make that same company, the same dude makes a line of hot sauces with Pepper X, but again, apparently nobody's ever gotten one to be able to test it. But either way, yeah, Warthog is just by miles and miles and miles and miles the hottest pepper in existence. And again, it's new as of just a few months ago.
Literally by miles? I mean, you're talking like, wow.
It's the difference of like probably a ghost pepper comparing a like not even the hottest jalapeno, just the normal jalapeno you get at the store to then
really
like a Reaper or something. Like what it did to this guy who's got the craziest tolerance, like watching the video and how it fucked him up. And
is it this guy?
People try this guy here. He's cool.
Does it show it?
Yeah. I think this is the one. Yeah. Let me see. Yeah, let's play it.
Can't hear it.
Heat on the outside of the pepper. Well, I've been waiting for this one.
So that's the Primatale. That was the hottest pepper in the world.
And this is Chase the. You know, it smells. Here is the Warthog from Matthew Arthur.
Oh, he takes the whole thing.
Whole thing, gangster.
Wow. Is that normal?
Fruitier
for him. And he says they hit immediately. Like there's almost like the ramp up is almost right away. They normally, dude, he'll eat the hottest shit, doesn't phase him.
To my eyes immediately.
The fact that he's not talking is crazy. He normally is totally fine.
Look, I haven't even had it swallowed it for more than a couple of seconds, and the heat is already really ratcheting up.
I need to get some of these.
I thought the Warchicks would be, or the Warthog would not be as hot. It is, it's hotter. My throat is so bad.
Guy's regretting a lot right now, right?
We're what?
Or does he like this?
Oh, he loves. You know what's funny? His story is like he used to be an alcoholic and into drugs and stuff, and he's totally sober now, and he does hot peppers, right, for a thrill. I'll play one of his other ones so you see what his normal reactions like to be. Like it's never like that, never. And then
That one
Here.
matter any. My name is Johnny Scoville, and this is nothing I ever do is scripted, so I may be all over the place. Now, I want to explain to you how I have arrived at that thought. Weight on Scoville heat units. Say to you, yep, that chocolate prima.
Wait, I don't think that's the one. There's a video basically where he talks about how it, like, in the world of hot peppers, this thing changed the game. Like, he thought we'd reached a peak, thought everything. He was kind of bored of stuff, and he's like, excited, years of excitement ahead, because now people are going to crossbreed this thing, but he's just like, it's like game changer.
Like, can you die from eating super hot pepper?
I don't think so. So you know what he does? He even takes the hottest hot peppers and he puts like pepper extract in them. So I think he's had hotter extracts, but he's not had a pepper itself that is this hot. Like this is
okay. When you're eating something that hot, like, does it burn past your mouth? Like, does it burn your stomach too?
Oh, I've had that. Yeah. If you get a really hot one, then the same burn in your mouth, it's in your stomach and you get cramps, like really intense cramps, like right away. That hurts. Every so often I'll get that, like intense stomach cramps, like sharp. Which sucks. But like you got to prep for it ahead of time. I don't know certain things you eat to get like kind of a base or something. But yeah. So there's an address. This guy's got his address, not his, but the guy with the seeds in the description. Like, again, they're free. If you send this guy, Matthew Arthur, if you send him a self-addressed envelope with a stamp on it, he'll put some seeds in there. He'll mail it back to you. Free, totally free. So just grow them, and these are going to be everywhere in the next year. These will be like kind of out there. And then again, people start crossbreeding them, and they'll make a hotter pepper and a hotter pepper. Gets nuts. Yeah, I want one of those. I want one.
Damn.
Yeah, wild. Fucking wild. All right, let's look at
Is there a warthog shitcoin?
Nobody knows about this. Like, maybe the peppers aren't that big of a thing, but nobody knows. Even people who like reapers and like hot stuff, they don't even know that thing exists. It's really that new. It's like 4 or 6 weeks old as far as that coming out.
Nice.
Yeah, pretty fucking warm. All right. That was a nice intermission. MOODENG. Back to MOODENG. Dude, there's just people out there rooting for it to fail, right? You've seen that, I'm thinking?
No.
Oh,
but
there's a lot. Influencers who either chasing attention or just rooting for it to fail because they didn't get in. It's out there, and people were saying this was it. This dump. They're like, I told you guys. And reality is, I don't think anywhere close. It's like on Saturday Night Live yesterday, like a MOODENG skit. It's everywhere. I don't think close to done at all. Fucking at all. It's hilarious, actually. And people loved it, I guess. Dude, still no exchange listings. Now I'll tell you this. I'm curious your thoughts. You might know a little about this. A couple times we've heard people say that Binance specifically does not list pump.fun tokens. They won't list it. Have you heard that before? Any thoughts about that?
I have heard that. Was this the pump.fun token? Is that where it came out of?
Yep.
Yeah. Curious. Yeah,
so, like,
I don't. Yeah, I guess I'm not sure. Have we ever had a pump.fun token come near this level before?
That is, to me, the point. No. So if they have a rule about that, okay, then maybe we got some trouble ahead here, and they might. They legit might. And at that point, I would say you probably got to start looking at other tokens, other MOODENG tokens, and see if we get a Nero situation happen again, where they do list one, but it's not this one. Could happen.
But if it doesn't get Binance, that doesn't mean that MEXC, Kraken, Gate, like there can still be other. I mean, Binance would be great, but there's still plenty of other central exchanges.
Definitely. I hope they look at something like Bubble Maps, because I think MOODENG had a really good distribution. So I hope they look at stuff like that. It was a fair launch. But to your point, I think the bigger reason is there was never a big token before. There wasn't. There was Michi, $113 million market cap. So the peak of these things was 100 mil. I would, to some degree, I'd say, of course they wouldn't list it. That's not 100 mil is like they've listed lower, obviously, but you know what? If they're trying to be extra careful and these things aren't getting next level, I get it. I think they've not really had the opportunity to list one. Like maybe there's something there. There's something there that they just haven't been big enough. Where this is a whole different thing happening now, like a whole different thing. Musty, yeah, there's a chance they skip. Binance is making their own rules now, it seems. So yeah, maybe they skip it entirely. If it stays as active as it is, I just would assume they want those fees. If they can vet it, and again, it's the fair launch, distributed well enough holders, again, enough volume. Why wouldn't they? But also, it is something to keep in mind. That narrative is out there that Binance will not list it because Pump.fun. Mice, I don't know, yeah, but it would look like a fire extinguisher or whatever, right? So I don't know. I guess it is maybe smart to be careful. It's probably smart to look for other like MOODENG derivative tokens too. Yeah, you never know. Maybe a whole other one takes off and gets listed. Even there's a MOODENG on ETH. You know what I mean?
What's the market cap right now on Solana?
Solana itself or MOODENG one?
MOODENG.
Like 250, 256 still, like hanging around there.
Yeah.
Pretty
it's
significant
solid.
coin, you know? But yeah, any other exchange could list it for sure. And but it is something to be mindful of. I mean, like maybe it plays out that way. You know, something in my gut tells me it doesn't. Something tells me they're going to list it. I don't know if that narrative out there is just FUD, because there's a lot of it out there just for no. Again, I think people missed. And that's it. And they want to see their token fail. But here's an ETH one, 4 mil market cap.
It's funny to FUD a meme coin. Like, my meme coin's better than your meme coin. Like, they're all fucking shitters.
Yeah.
It's just funny that like anybody could hold some sort of virtuous stance against a shitcoin.
Yeah, it's stupid.
It's weird as fuck.
So I'm looking. Actually, I want to peek at bubble maps on MOODENG. Here's the ETH one, and I want to check the Pump Fun Solana one. I think they'll list it. I do. Like I'm not worried. But I do think it'd be smart to look at other stuff. Yeah, you know what? I'm not great at reading these and knowing what like at a glance looks bad, but there's not many people with over 1% of the supply, which is good. This looks solid. I guess if I compare this to other things I've looked at.
Has holder count gone up?
Yeah, a lot. Let's see. 27,000 now, almost 28,000.
Yeah, we were 24 earlier in the week, I think.
Yep. Yeah, it just keeps going up. I think everything just keeps looking better and better and better here. So I'm still holding. For me, this is like kind of a moon play, kind of. You know, like if we start creeping to $1 billion is where I start thinking about selling. But also I start thinking about what else is happening. Like how has the narrative changed? Does it feel bigger? I think she's special. I'm starting to try to make memes. I've never done that before, dude. I've always wanted to, and it's a skill. Like you can't just start. You have to learn how to use tools and have an eye for it. And I do not have any of that yet. But I'm starting to make shit. We'll see if I can make a cool one, like a funny ass one. Otherwise, what's going on out there? It feels like a slow weekend. Doesn't feel like there's a ton happening.
Yeah. There doesn't need to be.
Yeah, appreciate the slow times, honestly, right? Like you have to.
No, for real.
All right, hang on. Let me look through some bookmarks. Just want to see, because I oh, gross. You know what? Not crypto related, but how do you feel about what happened? Was it yesterday or day before in Lebanon? We going to war? Not us, but is stuff are things about to get really spicy?
You know, I was thinking about this yesterday. Like Israel, it's insane for as you know, in this like conflict over there. And I was listening to Mario's spaces over the last couple of days, which can get a little bit out of hand, but it's interesting to get people's opinions. And it just makes me realize like how little I understand about the geopolitics over there, even though like maybe I understand that a little bit, but there's just so many details, right? And so many factions. But I'm like, Hezbollah, for just at a real simple view, since Israel started going into Gaza, Hezbollah was just kind of like I don't want to say it reminds me of like a little annoying kid who's like, keeps slapping you, coming up and slapping you. And then Israel literally, it's almost like they kept slapping. And then this motherfucker just pulled out a gun and capped him in the head. Like what they accomplished over there in a short amount of time is, between the beepers and the radios, and then, going after Nasrallah, and not just him, but like their whole command structure,
Dude,
like this calculated. They did. It's just like you're fucking done. And what's interesting, I don't know if it's propaganda or if it's real, but it seems like there's a lot of Muslim countries that are actually that are potentially happy that like he's dead. Where I don't know. I've seen a lot of comments on X. I don't really see it as much in the mainstream media. I wonder if that's actually true or not.
Yeah.
Have you seen those?
I've seen the same thing, and I'm with you where I don't know. But I know like with Iran, most of the citizens there are rooting for a whole new regime change, so I wouldn't be shocked, but I'm with you. I don't know what to believe. And I think it's funny that the narrative a year ago was, oh shit, hey, turns out the Israeli army is overrated. Right, they suck after what happened there. And now all of a sudden, now it's Israel's the greatest military in the world. And it may be hard to argue that after what happened. The beeper thing's wild. To do that and then knock out their entire leadership. I saw like a graph or whatever, a graphic, and it showed like their top, I don't know, 15, 20. They killed every single one on it. Every single person. Fucking wild.
Like the planning that probably went into it, can't even imagine. And they just fucking did it. They just did it. It's really kind of amazing to the point where like yesterday I heard it was on Mario's Space that the like Assad in Syria had basically told like his generals or whoever that like he wanted anybody in Hezbollah that was in Syria, because I think they'd like allowed them to be there to like go back. Like we don't want any of that. Like they don't want to bring any of that shit into Syria. But all of that to say, like, everybody was concerned about when Israel went into Gaza that, they were fighting, they're fighting in Gaza on, so they had that front. Then they had Hezbollah. Then they could have Syria. They could have the Houthis in Yemen. And it's like, man, they, for as small of a country as they are, they just get shit done, man. And it's almost like I don't know how you beat them. I guess people fear like we can't go all out against Israel because the U.S. and other European allies back them. But like that's a hard country to take out. They're excellent on their intelligence side. The Mossad's top tier. They can be pesty.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I think everybody watches Iran now, and what do? Do they like distance themselves from Lebanon now, or Hezbollah, or do they retaliate? Like, at what point do they've got nukes, right? I know we don't know, or we say we always say they're 3 months away from having a nuke. We've said that for years. It's the like weirdest fucking thing.
Decade or more.
Yeah, and at what point, if they have one, do they drop it? At what point does this all of a sudden turn into this stupid fighting that's been going on forever to like all out crazy war?
I think it'd be tough. I think it'd be tough. I mean, Israel went after, who was the Hamas guy? Soli, whatever his name was, the guy that they killed, 3 to 5 weeks ago in Iran when he was there for their president's funeral.
Yeah.
I don't know. They just like it. I mean, they've got their Khomeini underground right now because I don't know. They must feel very exposed. You've got attacks happening in your country. You've got the proxy that you fund that's getting annihilated. I think Iran seems to be, and anything could happen. They seem to be like the all bark, no bite.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, it's I don't know. Interesting few weeks. Dude, it's going to be spicy getting up to the election now, isn't it? I think Hillary came out and said something. I'll show this first. I thought this was interesting. Kamala went to the border, talking a big game on border security, all that stuff. And then the Border Patrol Union came out and said, Vice President Harris has ignored the border problem she created for over 3 years. She goes down there for 20 minutes for a photo op and decides to repeat some of the things the NPCB, or NPBC, I don't know who that is, said before. But again, where was she the last 3.5 years? Yeah, it's just going to get spicy. Clinton, I think it was Hillary Clinton came out and said, shit, let me see if I can find it, because the quote's interesting. Basically what she was saying is, there's going to be a crazy October surprise and not to believe things you hear about Kamala. And I'm like, I wonder what they know is going to leak or come out or something. Let me see if I can find this.
Well, you're looking at it. There was an interesting take that I heard on Netanyahu, and it was that, like, with the elections coming up, that Netanyahu probably wants to get as much done as he can right now, because if Trump becomes president, Trump doesn't want wars. So it's probably going to be, even though like Trump supports Israel, he's a president who's sort of prided himself on like, I don't want conflicts, America first. He doesn't want that shit happening on his watch. So that like Netanyahu may be making some of these moves in anticipation of like if there is a Trump presidency, that the U.S. might be more like, no, we don't want this shit going on anymore.
Yeah, interesting.
I was like, oh, that could make sense. Trump doesn't want that shit on his watch, no matter if he's a supporter of Israel or not.
Yeah. Fuck, dude, I want to find this clip. I think I got the spirit of it right. I think that was like the general take. I just thought like the wording of it almost made it sound like something was coming. I think as we probably all expect. But if I find it, I'll DM it to you. I thought it was super interesting.
Is it weird that like Joe Biden is I liked his statement yesterday. I'm sure he sat down and wrote it himself and everything. No, but like he's nowhere to be found, right? Where the fuck is this guy?
Yeah, dude. I don't know.
Like he's still the president. Where is he?
Yeah, it's just this calculated thing, like get him out of the spot. You know, it's like where initially I know Kamala was still firming up policies, stances, whatever, but she wouldn't do interviews. I think they've more to lose than gain from him being out there. So I think it's just that's the strategy. Yeah. Just don't be out there in public in any way. Oh, no,
that's fair. That's fair. It's probably a smart move on their end.
Yeah. All right. Here's the clip.
When is this from?
I think just a couple days ago.
Okay.
You liken yourself to Cassandra, the Greek mythological figure who could see the future and the prophecies, but was never believed. Putting that Cassandra hat on for the moment, but we're listening. What is something you see happening in the near future that we should be taking more seriously?
Oh, by the way, this is cool. I didn't realize Gravity said the VP debate is Tuesday. I didn't even realize that was happening, so that'll be cool.
Yep.
Well, I do think that the press needs a consistent narrative. I mean, the press that's not supporting Trump blatantly, very persistently, the press that's trying to be the press, be objective, be, reporting the facts, the press needs a consistent narrative about the danger that Trump poses. Because people may still look at the danger and say, I don't care. It doesn't affect me. I'm going to vote for him for X, Y, or Z. But okay, but at least people need to be woken up and given the facts about what he has done, is saying, and would do. And I anticipate that something will happen in October, as it always does. The Russians, as I said earlier, are very active in this election. We know the Iranians are active as well. Chinese uses TikTok, or they certainly did against Biden and for Trump. I think they're a little less pro-Trump right now. So you look at where people get their information, and they get their information largely from social media. And so the campaign is doing the best job it can to combat both domestic and foreign false disinformation. But I anticipate there will be a full court press in October. The digital airwaves will be filled. And why does that matter? Because the press that is pro-Trump anyway, oftentimes stories are put on digitally that then are picked up by, let's say, at Fox and others. And then those stories are stories, so the mainstream press reports on them, and so that story then takes on a life of its own. There will be concerted efforts to distort and pervert Kamala Harris, who she is, what she stands for, what she's done. I mean, look, the crazy story about me running a child trafficking operation out of a basement of a pizzeria, don't laugh. Don't laugh. It was a huge story, and it got one young man.
She's trying not to laugh.
Man in North Carolina to get in his car with his, assault rifle and drive up to liberate these non-existent children and shoot up a pizzeria in Washington, D.C. This is dangerous stuff. It starts online, often on the dark web. It migrates. It's picked up by the pro-Trump media. It's then reported on by everybody else, which makes sure it has about 100% coverage. And people believe it. So I don't know what it's going to be, but it will be something, and we'll have to work very, very hard to make sure that it is exposed as the lie that it is.
I like hearing the clip because hearing it in context instead of just like the little quote taken out. I mean, can't disagree with her there. But
yeah. Although, yes, no, I agree. So yes, that absolutely happens. It's just funny because both sides do it. Like, the reality is that both sides report things that are not factual. On the Trump side, some of it may be like, when it comes, I'll use like the cat and dog thing, shit like that, he should just stay away from. I think it serves no purpose to help him. But like, both sides report what they think makes the other person look like shit. And somebody like Hillary Clinton, who was promoting things like the Steele dossier that they knew was completely bullshit, I feel like is the last person that should be talking about disinformation in a political campaign. Even though like what she's saying is right, like, come on, you guys literally pushed this Russian disinformation Steele dossier thing for like 2 years, and it turned out that it was bullshit and that they knew it was bullshit. Anyway,
that's the shit that drives me bonkers. It's either side talking like it doesn't happen on their side at all. It's the exact same thing. It's one for one.
Did you see Vance yesterday? There was, I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before, he was at a pizzeria or he was at I think an Italian restaurant in Pittsburgh or around Pittsburgh, and they wouldn't let him in. I don't know if you saw that. It was a place that Harris had gone to, that they had like an event there. So he had people that were going there. He was going to go in and say hello, but the manager or the owner wouldn't let him in. And like, people were pissed. He took the high road, which I actually thought was kind of classy. Like, he took the high road. He wasn't allowed in, but he went in, he paid for, or maybe he had somebody from his campaign go in. They paid for anybody's drinks. People were calling for like everyone to boycott them. He went in, paid for everybody's like food and drinks. He said they tipped him really well. And he's like, support this business. This is a good small business. Don't like put it on them. Like, they were a little bit freaked out that we came. He took I thought a classy high road on that.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I like that. Did you hear or see Trump at the Alabama game yesterday?
I saw a clip of him there. And I heard like he had like crazy chants. Like people were like really happy to see him, right?
I don't know what to think with this election. I feel like Kamala's winning and up big, and then you hear stuff like that, although that's deep cunt Trump country. It is, but
yeah, it is. Although college areas tend to be more liberal. Dude, you know what? I'm with you. I have no idea what's going to happen. I do not think that it's a shoo-in for either one of them, and whatever happens, I'm not going to be surprised either way. I'm not going to be surprised if she wins the popular vote and he wins the electoral college. I'm not going to be surprised if he just wins outright. I'm not going to be surprised if she wins outright.
Yeah. God, it's going to be crazy. Yeah.
It's like, who shows up?
Gravity. Yeah. Alabama. Yep. Yeah, no fucking idea. 30-something days to go?
Yeah, 38 or something like that. It's
Wild.
crazy, dude. It's right around the corner.
I,
And I almost couldn't care less. Like as we get closer, I care less about it. I say like, you know what? I don't want to say like the difference between like a lot of liberals and a lot of conservatives who, just think like, my God, the world's gonna fucking end if this person's in or I'm leaving. Like I genuinely do not care. If she gets in, I say like I'm at peace with that. I don't care. It's not. I don't think it's gonna be worse than Biden. I don't buy this idea that like kids get indoctrinated at school and it's only going to get worse if she's in. I don't believe that. I feel like if she's in, some shit will change, some shit will stay the same, and in the end, we'll see who the Republicans can put out in 4 years and if they're any better than what she does. But like I just don't think it matters much either way. I don't know. Am I crazy to think that?
No, I'm the exact same. I don't think it matters. I'm curious what stuff looks like 4 years down the road, next election, because it probably looks pretty damn different, like different people. Yeah, but this one, it doesn't matter. It doesn't. I know that's the big old narrative, but I don't think it matters either.
Like
way.
I like Obama. Like I like Obama now. When he was president, I don't remember thinking like, oh, I think he's amazing, but I don't remember hating him, but I probably did a little bit. Like if I'm being honest, I probably was like, he's an idiot. And then like looking back, I'm like, no, at least he's like a good guy. I think he loves his family. And I think he seems like a cool dude, even if I don't agree with all of his policies. I didn't hate Bush. I thought he was funny. Like, obviously like Trump, I was a fan of. But I don't know where I was going with that. I had a whole line of thinking, dude. I just totally lost it because I'm looking at Sports Center. What I was going to say is I genuinely do not like her. And I try to think of like, what is it about her that I don't like? And would I look back 5 years from now, would I look back if she was president and be like, no, she wasn't all that bad? The things that I don't like about her are probably super fucking petty, if I'm being honest. Like she seems fake as hell. I can't stand her laugh. Those are like the two things that unfortunately every time she talks, they're right there front and center. And I'm like, is that the same thing as like not liking a mole on somebody's face and not liking the sound of their voice and being like, that's petty as fuck, dude. Like they can't control that. Like that's how she laughs. She comes across as fake, but she might be genuine as hell. I've never talked to her. I've never met her. Maybe like in real life, she's actually genuine. I don't know. But I feel like the things I don't like her for are kind of petty.
Yeah, pretty normal though. But maybe. It's hard. I don't think anybody knows enough about her otherwise to have opinions, like to some degree. That's not totally true, but I just don't know. I don't know if she has much substance. Although we're learning more and more as the days go on. This stuff all changed so quick. So
because like if Trump was a Democrat and was running for president and he was saying things like grab him by the pussy and stuff like that, I would probably be like, nah, it's not cool, man. You shouldn't be talking like that if you're going to be president, But because he happens to be on the side that I'm, that I lean towards, I'm like, yeah, well, that's just Trump being Trump. That's just, that's how he talks. Like, he's just real like that.
Dude, when it's home team, you give a lot more leeway. You know what I mean? It's just
it's stupid.
Everybody does it.
Yeah. I'd like to change that a little bit and just be, I feel like I'm mostly fair, like because I certainly don't think he's a good dude. Like but then the other side is like, he might be a good dude. Never met him, never talked to him. Like, maybe deep down he's like a nice guy, but he's like a flawed human being that's narcissistic as hell. And so a lot of the things you see are about advancing his own wealth, his family's wealth. But maybe like in a one-on-one meeting, he's like a totally chill dude who's like fun to talk to. But in the end is concerned about himself, right?
I wouldn't doubt any of that. Man, I just realized I haven't voted in 16 years, 18 years. So I think 16.
I have always voted. I wasn't going to vote this year, but the thing is, it's Madeline's first year being able to vote. So like, I probably think it could be cool to just go to the polls with her and just do it.
Oh, dude, absolutely. That's a cool
just
moment.
Because.
Yep. Oh, totally, dude. Totally. Yeah. I love it. Cool shit, dude. Well, I'm glad you joined and hung out and
Yeah, I'm gonna go to
Yeah.
the gym, dude.
good shit. Good. I'm gonna go maybe make some memes. I gotta do my song. I didn't do a song yet. I'm not gonna beat myself up over doing that song thing daily. I'll do my best, but they still take 2+ hours. I need that to be like, if I can make that song take an hour, I'll do it every day. But until
Then,
yeah.
also the new season of the Great British Baking Show is out.
Jesus.
For all of you fans, it is my favorite fucking show in the world, dude. I check Netflix like every couple days to see when the new season's out, and last night it was out, and I was like,
Amazing.
let's fucking go. Check it out, dude.
I'm not gonna check it out.
No. Listen, check it out. I've watched many movies. You hate cooking shows?
It's a actual baking show, or it's like a produced like TV series or whatever.
Yeah. It's like a competition where like people compete in the tent to win.
I don't think I can do it,
No.
man. Any good football
No?
today?
Fuck yeah, Bills are playing the Ravens tonight, Sunday Night Football. That's
Oh,
going to be a fucking great game. Yeah, that's the game of the week.
Yeah.
I think Ravens are 2-1, or are they 1-2? Bills are 3-0. They're playing in Baltimore. That's just going to be a good game. They always play a good game. So
It's on
yeah.
Peacock. God damn it.
Is it on Peacock?
It says NBC Peacock. So I don't know if they air it both or if it's only on Peacock.
No. Sunday Night Football should be on NBC. It should be on both.
Okay.
If it's Peacock only, it should just say Peacock.
Because I'm finding more and more. There's some games on Prime. There's some games on there's so
Thursday's
many
Prime.
things. It's so annoying.
Yeah, Thursday night is now Prime. I know this year they were doing a couple things where like primetime game was only going to be like on Peacock, but I mean, I'll get it either way because it's the Buffalo network, so you get it either way here. But no, that I hate that shit, dude. So it's Prime and Peacock now that have a couple Prime. Well, Prime has every Thursday. Peacock, I think it's 2 games. And maybe a playoff game again this year. So yeah. Anyway. Enjoy your day, dude. Oh.
Breaking news. Iranian helicopter crash with top leaders on board.
Is that real?
Reports are coming in of a helicopter crash in western Iran carrying Iranian leaders and Houthis. Yeah, no details yet, but yeah.
Weird. Have you
If we
seen...
start taking them out, I just wonder if things escalate quickly. Or if they surrender, basically. Yeah.
Is it the Ninja R9X rocket? Have you seen that one? The one that it's the one that Israel used to take somebody out months ago, where it doesn't explode. It just has the knives that come out like the.
Yeah. Those are
dude,
wild. Yep.
Can you fucking imagine you're driving and then all of a sudden this thing just fucking.
Yep.
Blades
on you.
Jesus, dude.
Yeah, insane. Oh, this shit's wild. Wow. Yep. That's crazy. Fucking nuts.
Crazy, dude.
Wow.
War is gross and crazy what they can do. But anyway, I hope you have an awesome day, dude. Love you.
You too, man. Love you too. Guys, hope your day is excellent. I'll see you tomorrow morning on Chain Reactor. Got a fun week of guests coming up. Stay tuned for that. Guys, have a great day. See ya.